Hey, Jabrill, what's going on?
How you doing?
Um, there's been outside criticism of Joe Judge and Joe Judge's program and the discipline he instills, obviously specific to making you guys run laps, cursing you out. As one of the guys who's a team leader, just curious about, what you think about what's said about, your coach and your guys' program.
I mean, the guys here, we love them. We like coaches who coaches hard, gonna tell us like it is and not sugarcoat anything. He's gonna push you places that you can't take yourself, and I just think if you don't like to be coached hard, then you're not gonna like it here.
Tom Rock.
Bill, I had two questions. First of all, is you're not gonna get in trouble again tonight for taking pictures with your family, are you? Like you did in Newark?
I don't know. I'm still trying to find out the rules and regulations myself.
Good. The second part was you guys have a lot of first-round picks on this team. Some from the Giants, others like yourself from other teams. Is there any sort of brotherhood or connection between fellow first-round picks? I know it's not all, it's all different drafts and all different ages.
Yeah, we don't really care about where guys get picked at. If you can play, you can play. But as far as the connection, definitely, knowing those guys, even some of these guys I knew since high school, so, it's always a connection there when you share similarities with someone.
Alan Bardo.
Hey, Jabrill. How's it going, man?
How you doing?
Good. So you've practiced against Kadarius Toney every day since he's been back out there, and he's obviously on special teams with you. What are you seeing from him, and what are kind of your first impressions so far?
He's a quick, fast, twitchy guy, great ball skills, loves to compete, loves to play football, and just like all of us, we have to use this training camp to keep honing in on our skills and our skill set and, keep getting better day by day.
Bruce.
Hey, Jabrill, being from this area and all, do you think that this game has some extra meaning, even if it's a, preseason game, just a little bit of bragging rights?
I mean, every game has, meaning, but, I think we play those guys every 4 years in the regular season, correct? So, I would like to think so, it'll be for bragging rights since we both use the stadium, both New York, New Jersey teams. I definitely would say it's some bragging rights.
That's cool. Hey, how about your progress thus far through camp? Where are you at, and how do you feel?
I feel good. At this point in camp, everyone's hurting, everyone's tired, but, you have a job to do, and you have to keep getting better and better every day, no matter how you're feeling. So, that's my mindset. Be better today than I was yesterday, and be better tomorrow than I was today. So, hopefully if I continue to do that and don't take any steps back, I should be at a good spot.
Paul.
Hey, Jabrill. Being a veteran, a young veteran, but a veteran, is there something about training camp at some point where it's like, okay, the dog days, whatever, where you start looking ahead a little bit, or you start thinking, you haven't even played a preseason game yet. I'm not sure how much you will play in those games, but where you start thinking, let's get to it here.
I mean, I think Coach has done a great job with us of, letting us compete and, pulling back when he needs to pull back, but still making it feel like a training camp. So whether we're competing against someone else or competing against ourselves, the mantra is still the same, fundamentals, technique, and, no mental errors. Of course, it's nice to, play against and practice against other people, but, I think the guys here understand what the main goal is and, what we're trying to build.
Thank you.
Art.
Hey, Jabrill, I'm not sure if I'm going to talk to you again until we land out in Cleveland. I'm just curious from your perspective. I know you played them last year, but just the idea of going back to Cleveland and having joint practices, is there going to be any flashbacks for you? Any special meaning to be out?
Not really. It'll just be nice to, bang and compete against someone other than your own teammates. I think we have those guys in New England, so, I'm going into them both the same way. Got to work on my technique, my fundamentals against other good players who are not your teammates. That'll add to the competition aspect of it, but, that's about it.
Thanks.
Chris.
Hey, Pep, for the most part, it appears that the defense is getting the better of the offense in this camp. Are you the type of guy, you and your fellow defensive backs, type of guys that kind of remind the offense, Jones and receivers of that during the course of a practice?
Of course, it's always going to be some jawing back and forth. We get the better of them, they get the better of us. That's what training camp is about. That's what football is about. But it's just about how you respond. If we got the better of them yesterday, how they going to come out, the next day. And if they got the better of us today, how are we going to come out the next day, And, I think that, is the biggest point of it. It's not about who's, getting the best of who. Theoretically, offenses, take a little bit more time to gel and mesh a little bit. We have a lot more guys over there who, didn't play here last year. So, it's just all about, man, great competition, practicing the right way, and, keep getting better.
Last one for Tom Rock.
Pep, you are a local guy. I'm sure you grew up knowing about, the sort of the aura of the old Giant Stadium. The Giants haven't really had much of a home field advantage in the new place. How do you rectify that? How do you change that?
Well, obviously, we got to come out and play, our brand of football, but that starts here in training camp. Not looking too far ahead. We get to practice in front of the fans today, give them a preview of the product that, we hope they can be proud of on Sundays or whenever we play. But, that's where our mind is right now. We take care of what we got to take care of in training camp. Everything else will be fine.